Money touches every part of our lives, from the food on your table to the roof over your head. It decides the education your children can access, the health care you receive, and even the level of freedom you have in making life choices. Yet, despite its importance, most people never receive proper financial education. Schools rarely teach it, and many families avoid discussing it. The result? Millions of people work hard for decades, only to reach retirement with very little security. Here's the truth: earning money is only half the game. Keeping it, growing it, and using it wisely, that's where financial success comes from. Wealthy people do not simply work more hours. They understand how money works, how to manage it, and how to make it work for them. If you want to be financially free, you must treat money as a skill to be mastered, just like learning a profession, a language, or a sport. In this masterclass, we will explore money from every angle: its history, how it works, how to earn it, how to grow it, and how to protect it. Many people think money is wealth. It's not. Wealth is the value you own, your skills, your knowledge, your property, your investments, your networks. Money is simply the tool we use to store and exchange that value. Money is simply the tool we use to store and exchange that value. Similarly, money doesn't create value on its own. It measures and transfers value. In today's world, less than 10% of money exists as physical cash. The rest is just numbers in bank accounts, moving electronically across systems. But regardless of its form, coins, bills, or digital, the role of money stays the same: medium of exchange. It allows trade without barter. Store of value. It keeps its worth for future use. Unit of account. It measures prices and value. When you stop thinking of money only as something to spend and start seeing it as a resource to grow, your relationship with it changes completely. Understanding money today is easier when you understand where it came from. Barter era. Thousands of years ago, people exchanged goods directly. You might trade wheat for a goat or tools for clothing. This worked only when both sides wanted what the other had. Commodity money. People began using widely accepted items like salt, cattle, and shells. These were easier to trade but still inconvenient. Metal coins. Civilizations like the Greeks, Romans, and Chinese introduced gold, silver, and copper coins. They were durable, portable, and had intrinsic value. Paper money. First used in China around the 7th century, later adopted globally. Easier to carry, but its value relied on trust in the issuer. Digital money. Today, most transactions happen electronically, via bank transfers, credit cards, and mobile payments. Cryptocurrencies. The newest form of money, like Bitcoin, operates without central banks, relying on blockchain technology. The lesson from history? Money constantly evolves, but trust remains the foundation. If people lose trust in a currency, its value disappears. Today's money system is based on fiat currency. Money that has value because governments declare it legal tender, not because it's backed by gold or silver. Central banks control the money supply, adjusting interest rates to influence the economy. When they print more money, inflation can rise. When they limit money supply, economies can slow down. Banks create money through lending. When you take a loan, the bank doesn't always give you existing cash. It often creates new money by crediting your account. This means that understanding inflation, interest rates, and debt is essential if you want to make smart financial decisions. There are only two ways to earn money: working for it or making it work for you. Active income. Money you earn by trading your time and effort, jobs, freelancing, services. If you stop working, the income stops. Passive income. Money earned with minimal ongoing effort. Rent from property, dividends from stocks, royalties from books or music. The wealthy focus on building passive income streams because they give financial freedom. You might start with active income, but your goal should be to convert part of it into investments that generate passive income. Example: if you earn $2,000 a month from your job, you could set aside $500 for investments. Over time, these investments could produce income without requiring more work. Spending is easy. Spending wisely is rare. One of the simplest but most powerful money lessons is the difference between needs and wants. Needs are essential: housing, food, healthcare, education. Wants are nice to have: luxury gadgets, expensive vacations, branded clothes. This doesn't mean you should never spend on wants. Life is to be enjoyed. But you must prioritize needs and savings before indulging in wants. A useful method is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of income, needs 30% of income, wants 20% of income, savings and investments. Saving is not just about cutting costs. It's about building security and opportunities. You need different savings for different purposes. Emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an easy access account. Short-term savings, for upcoming expenses like travel, car repairs, or home improvements. Long-term savings, for big goals like buying a house or retirement. If you save $300 a month for 20 years at an average 5% annual return, you will have over $120,000. This is the power of compound growth, earning interest on your interest. Saving keeps your money safe. Investing makes it grow. Popular investment options: stocks, buying shares of a company to earn dividends and potential price gains. Bonds, lending money to governments or companies in exchange for interest. Real estate, buying property to rent out or sell at a higher price. Businesses, starting your own company or investing in others. Every investment carries risk. The key is diversification, spreading your money across different assets so one failure doesn't destroy your wealth. Financial success is not only about numbers, it's about mindset. Poor money mindset, spending to impress others, believing money is evil, thinking, I can't afford it instead of, how can I afford it? Wealth mindset, Delayed gratification, waiting for bigger rewards. Seeing money as a tool, not the goal. Always learning and adapting. Not all debt is bad. Good debt helps you build assets. A home loan, student loan, or business loan that increases your earning potential. Bad debt funds consumption, credit cards for shopping, payday loans with high interest. If debt grows faster than your income, it traps you. Always calculate the true cost of borrowing before taking a loan. Financial freedom means your passive income covers your living expenses. You no longer depend on a job to survive. Steps to reach it. Control spending. Eliminate bad debt. Build multiple income streams. Invest regularly. Protect your assets. Money mistakes to avoid. Spending more than you earn. Ignoring investments. Chasing get-rich-quick schemes. Not having an emergency fund. Avoiding financial education. Practical action plan. Track every expense for 30 days. Set a monthly savings target. Learn one new investment strategy. Review your insurance coverage. Avoid unnecessary debt. Money is a tool. In the right hands, it builds freedom, opportunity, and security. Learn it, respect it, and make it work for you.